In this video, we are going to talk about the common mistakes in your citizenship buy investment program of Turkey. Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. This is Sajid Ali Haider, CEO of Multimulk Consultancy and your global investment partner. When you are going to make your global investment, particularly here in Turkey, due to language barrier and lack of knowledge, you are maybe going to make some mistakes. To avoid these mistakes, I'm gonna tell you so that you can make a wise decision during your citizenship buy investment program property purchase. So when we talk about these common mistakes, we come to know the first common mistake is ignoring the title deed, not verifying title deeds. You know that when you are going to buy a property here in Istanbul, Turkey, and you are supposed to apply for your citizenship, ultimately you need to have the help of a professional consultant as well as a lawyer who will be proceeding for your citizenship process. So it is advised that ultimately if you need to hire a lawyer and you need to pay his or her fee, why not you can hire him in the very beginning so that the lawyer and the consultant can guide you about your purchase, and the lawyer can check the title deed verification in title deed office, because the property you are supposed to buy for your citizenship purpose must be free. It shouldn't be having any mortgage or debt or any legal issues on it. So the title deed must be checked in title deed office by the lawyer. Due to lack of knowledge and language barrier, you cannot check it by yourself. So you need to hire a lawyer and a professional consultant who can help you to avoid this common mistake here in Istanbul, Turkey. So the second common mistake you need to understand to avoid it is ignoring hidden fees and costs. You know very well, when you are going to buy a property, there are some transfer fees which are normally hid by the consultant as well as by the developer. They are not going to tell you in the beginning. You are supposed to be told only the price of the apartment and you are only focusing on the price of the apartment. But do remember, here in Turkey, when you are going to buy a property, it is having 4% title deed transfer fee as well. If that property is by the developer, 2% will be paid by the developer and 2% by you as a buyer. But if this property is second hand, then normally buyer is supposed to pay this 4%. In addition to that title deed transfer fee, sometimes there are some taxes. For example, that property is commercial or that property is having 150 square meter or more net area, you are supposed to pay 1%, 2%, 8% or 20% value added tax as well. So if you are not told that in the beginning and if you are going to ignore, it will a mistake for you, and at the end of the buying, you will be losing your time or your money. But keep in mind, a professional real estate consultant will definitely guide you about these additional costs, as we have already did in our PDF file. In that file, we already mentioned about these extra costs. So when we talk about the third common mistake you people are going to make here in Istanbul, Turkey, is falling for unrealistic promises from the developers. If the developer is not a well-known company, they are giving you presentation on their market and they are going to make promises that in this area you will be having your swimming pool, this area you will be having gym, this area for children playground, this area for car parking, and such kind of things they are going to promise you. But please keep in mind, when you are going to make your international investment, you must understand the reputation of the developer, and the profile of the developer must be very sound. For this purpose, your consultant must showing you that particular properties which are by the well-known developers Like at Multimulk consultancy platform, we are bringing you only with those developers which are directly government or semi-government or the well-known developers only. We have thousands of properties in our portfolio, but all of them we are not selling due to this reason. So in Turkey, it is very common that the developer is making a promise that we will be going to deliver this project by the end of 2024, but they don't deliver even 6 months or 1 year later. So must careful about this common mistake here in Istanbul, Turkey, or anywhere in the world. So the next common mistake you need to avoid is not understanding investment requirements. Do remember that when we talk about citizenship of Turkey by real estate investment, so it is by investment. It means the property you are going to buy for your citizenship purpose must be suitable for investment. Some people come here in Turkey and they ask, we are going to buy a property for our citizenship purpose. When I ask them, what is the requirement? They say, we just need to have our passport. So remember that when you are going to fulfill all the requirements and the minimum threshold of $400,000, you will be getting your passport sooner or later. But that investment should be investment. You need to understand the requirement of investment. You need to understand that property should be getting return on investment after 3 years when you will be eligible to sell this property. You need to understand that property when it will be going to deliver, if it is off plan, must be having good rental income. So you need to understand the requirement of investment when you are going to buy a property here in Turkey. And do remember, if your consultant is a professional one, an experienced one, he must be showing you the properties which are suitable for investment only. The top notch is location. The second one is developer. The third one is the project. The fourth one is your particular apartment. The fifth one is demand of that area. So there are many other additional points when you are going to make your investment. So avoid this mistake if you don't know. So the next common mistake you need to avoid is overlooking location and resale value. Do remember, when you are going to buy a property which is suitable for citizenship, it must be having an exit plan. Because when you buy a property, you think about the return on investment, the rental yield, the suitability, but the best thing you must understand its location and resale. Do remember that once you are going to buy a property and you are supposed to get your citizenship on that particular property, it won't be suitable for citizenship anymore if any Turkish buy it and keep it for 5 years. After that, it will be suitable for citizenship. It means that property must be purchased by the local people. So when you are going to buy a property for your citizenship purpose, do remember which locations are best for reselling and how to get the exit strategy. How to sell it without losing your money. How to sell it immediately if you want to. So it is also very common mistake, and I am sure that 99% of you are not even bothering about this mistake. So you need to avoid this mistake. So the next mistake you need to avoid is failing to prepare for the legal process. When you are supposed to buy a property here in Turkey for your citizenship purpose, at the same time you need to prepare your documentation with the help of your consultant or with the help of your lawyer. Normally at the platform of Multimulk consultancy, I always prepare the documentation of my clients with the help of lawyer, because it's a parallel process. Once you are here in Turkey, we open your tax number, bank account, and we bring you to the projects for the selection of your property. But at the same time, we do let you know that these documents are required for your citizenship process. So you can prepare your documents on the first hand, and on the other hand, you are also going to select your property. So once the property is selected, your documents are ready, so you can save your time. You need to have a professional and experienced lawyer, which is not easy here in Istanbul, Turkey. So at the platform of Multimulk consultancy, we have our legal team who can help you in your legal processing leading to your residency and finally citizenship and passports. So the next mistake, which is very common, is thinking by heart rather than mind. When we are going to buy anything, we are always thinking with our heart. But when we talk about investment, it is not about heart, it is about mind. It's a mind game. So when you are going to make a decision for the selection of your property, you must think with your mind. Even my previous videos, I have already told you, when you are visiting some projects, they are giving you very lucrative presentation. They are giving you a very rosy picture, a green garden, you fall in love and you want to buy it immediately. And particularly when your spouse, your wives are with you, because they are always thinking by their hearts, not their mind. So you immediately want to buy it. But remember that I have already told you, don't make a decision at the office of the developer. Go back to your room, go back to your hotel, go back to your home, and at your bed, think about and make a comparison and make your homework, and finally get the final answers of your questions by the consultant, and then make a comparison and contrast, understand all the pros and cons, and then make a decision. So making a conclusion, I would like to advise you to take this decision very carefully, so that your citizenship by investment program goes smooth and you will be earning at the end of 3 years when you will be eligible to sell this property if you want to. Normally my investors, they don't want to sell it, even they are going to buy more properties. They want to add more portfolio in their investment. So I hope that this video will help you to avoid these common mistakes when you are going to make a global investment. If you like it, please share it with your friends and family, and do comment in the comment box if you have any further questions. And if you want to make a global investment, do contact us on our WhatsApp. Thank you.